Hey everyone, welcome back to Homestead Corner. Today I want to talk about these crazy storms that just came through, all this craziness going on, and some of the things that we can do to prepare for future storms and things to come. I am seeing all this stuff across the country, people that have died because of this storm, whether it be accident related, freezing because it is so stinking cold. I've heard about all kinds of people having trouble, pipes bursting, all kinds of problems, electricity, they're having the rolling blackouts. All this stuff is going on at the same time, and we really need to be prepared for it. I live up in Maine and it is cold here in the winter, and we expect it to be cold because that's normal. So we're used to this kind of thing, and a lot of places got storms that were much more than what they're used to, unfortunately. We did not experience a ton of snow in the last storm. The storm that just rolled through at Christmas time, we didn't get a whole lot of snow. We got a tiny bit of snow, and then we got drenched. It just kept pouring and pouring and pouring. And during the day when it was raining, it was 40 degrees out. So it was just pouring and pouring and pouring. And then at night, it dipped way down into single digits and was freezing. So we had tons of ice. Trees were broken all over the place. The power went out just for a little while where we are, but I know a lot of people were really without power for a long time. So in upstate New York and many places across the country, they got dumped on with tons and tons of snow. One place I saw was like 50 inches of snow in one storm. That's crazy. That is a whole lot of snow in one storm. Definitely. I know. I was just reading an article. They are still digging out in upstate New York. Some of the stuff that they're dealing with, some people were totally not prepared for this storm. They're not prepared at all. And when they got snowed into their homes, they were running out of food. None of the shops were open because everything was buried in snow. So they were having to eat whatever they could find. They were not prepared for this. This is definitely something that I hope helps them realize that you need to be prepared for winter storms, for all kinds of emergencies, and all sorts of things can happen. We just never know what is going to be next, and we need to be ready for whatever it is. Today I thought, because there were people that, there was a lot of car accidents and things like that during this storm, and a lot of people don't have preparedness stuff in their car. And I know I have gone over this before quite a while ago. I went over a winter kit for your car, but I thought today, if you do not have your car ready for an emergency, if you're out and about, I thought today we would go over what's in my car and why it's in there. What type of things can really help you if you get in an accident, or if you're stranded on the side of the road. If you ever get stuck in a snowstorm, you go off the road. I mean, they are still today digging out people in upstate New York and still trying to get to rescue calls, which is so sad. I mean, it's just crazy. So having some supplies in your car can really make a difference if you make it or not. So let's go ahead and peek inside my car, and I will show you what we have. Although it has warmed up a little bit, it's still like in the high teens, 20 degrees here. It's still quite cold. So I've got my hot hands in here to help keep me warm while I make this video, because it's pretty cold out. We do have, I picked up this bag. I used to keep just a box in the back of the car, one of those little shelf buckets that you can slide in and out. That works. Whatever you have will work. Just get some things together. And this is all stuff that you should already have. You probably have most of these things. You may want to pick up a couple of things, but some of this stuff, I really think in an emergency, this could save your life. I'm going to take these gloves off real quick so I can show you. But it's really important right here. I have a little just mole pack attached to this, and this has a whole bunch of those hot hands in it. Just tons of them in there. We keep all kinds of hot hands, and there's more hot hands down there. We have 6 people, so we try to keep quite a few of them. And they're also great to stuff in your boots if you need to. You can stick them wherever you have to keep warm. They will help, but you're going to run out. The next thing is a good cutting edge, a nice knife for that. A extra charging cable for phones. I always make sure if, you know, anything happens, my phone dies, I need to be able to charge. There is a small battery bank in there. A life straw, if you have access to water, that's great. A small little packable shovel. They have folding shovels. These emergency ration bars. These can withstand the freezing temperatures and the extreme heat. So these are perfect. These are like marine. I think these are the Mayday ones. And these ration bars are perfect because they can stay in the car. They're not going to be destroyed if they get really hot, and they're not going to be destroyed if they freeze. So we always keep a couple of these in the car. I also have some of the emergency water packs, but right now it's kind of icy in there. It's pretty icy in there because it's been really cold. A small flashlight, and you want to just flick these on once in a while and make sure the batteries are working. I have a little pen. It breaks glass. It has a flashlight on the end. You know, if you have to write anything down, we keep a notebook in the glove compartment. So that is always, so if you have to write something down, if you're trying to reach somebody, write their name down or whatever, it's good to have that stuff. Even if it's just those small teeny ones, that's what we have. And then I have a fire starter kit. This paracord has the red cord in there. I'm not sure if you can see it. Just a couple of fire starters, some matches. I have them sealed in a bag, a lighter. You know, just you want to keep it dry and make sure. But in this paracord, there's that red string is a fire starter. So I really love these. I love paracord of all types because you can do so much with it. It's really a good thing. So I've got an umbrella in here, a pretty decent size first aid kit. You want to have a good size first aid kit just in case any emergencies. I keep a jarred candle in the car. I like it in the jar. This is going to help create heat. If you run out of gas, your car won't start. This will help create heat. You want to make sure you're ventilating your car. You want to be really careful sitting in your car with it running, having the windows up and stuff like that. You want to make sure you've got some ventilation. Even if it's just a little bit, you want to get some fresh air in there. Even candles as well. If I'm going to burn a candle in the car, I'm going to have a little crack in the window so some fresh air can get in. And this is going to help create heat for anyone in the car. It may not heat the whole car up, but it will help. And then down here we've got a little hand saw, a little chainsaw. So if you had to break branches, you could start a campfire outside. Emergency blanket, a couple of different lights. I like to make sure we have plenty. If the battery goes out on one of them, you've got something else at least. An emergency whistle with a little bit more paracord, a can opener, a headlamp. Again, you just want to check every now and then and make sure they work. A multi-tool. I've got a poncho down here, a small tool kit, the metric kits that goes to our car, a bottle of sand, just a little bit of sand. It can help get you out when you're stuck. A paracord bracelet in case we need extra paracord, and another hat and some gloves tucked in down here. And I forget what's in here. Oh, toilet paper and another small first aid kit, which is always handy. We also keep our go bag in the car. If we have to leave the car, I'm not going to be messing with all this stuff I've got a lot of duplicates in here in this go bag. And I've done a video on this before, so you know what I have in there. And also in the back of the car, I keep a couple of we use them for emergency blankets. They're like packing blankets. They're actually quite warm and they help repel the water. If you've got to get outside and lay on the ground to change a tire, it's going to help you stay a little bit drier if the ground is wet. So that is another thing. We keep a couple of those in the car. They can help keep you warm and help keep you dry. And it's so important to have these things, having means of communication so you can contact someone. You know, maybe your phone dies and just that little cord is going to be able to get it so you can call out. Having just a few things in your car can definitely save your life. I think it is so important to make sure you have what you need in there. And my heart goes out to all the families that lost people through this storm. It is just so awful. If your car isn't ready, get yourself a little box, a bag, whatever you can with a few things in it to help you just in case something happens. Because emergencies happen like that. We just never know. And that's it for today. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.